Football is here. Long, long awaited football is here. College NFL. We had our first NFL game on Thursday. So for y'all, it is 9-9. It's Saturday morning. Me and the broskies here. This is going for the gusto. We're here to talk a little college football, and we also gonna have some NFL stuff dropping for y'all soon as well. So you know how we start this thing off. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, feeling good. Everybody wake up, man. I see that crust still in y'all eyes, man. We up here to talk about some football early in the morning. If I'm up, you up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. So check this out. So this is what we're gonna talk about today. This video probably not gonna be this long unless we kind of get into it. We just gonna let it flow. So we're here to talk about first and foremost. As y'all know, I went to USCB. So even though Texas is my team, I gotta support USC. They were in the backyard the other day. They played UNC. Me and my broski actually got to go to the game. Me and one of my homies, shout out Trey Veezy, we actually got to go to the game. The atmosphere was lit. They played at Bank of America Stadium, which is the Panther Stadium. So we're gonna talk about that, my experience there, how it went, how that whole thing flowed. We're gonna obviously talk about the elephant in the room, which is Deion turning around Colorado. They won one game last year, and now they're 1-0. So let's see if they can keep this train rolling in the Pac-12. We're gonna talk about the Heisman, just who's leading, what's happening so far with that, and the game of the night. Y'all know I am a longtime Longhorns fan. Texas plays Alabama, big game. So that's what we're gonna touch on. So I'm gonna start off like this. So we went to the game, right? So got the South Carolina hat for y'all. We went to the game. The atmosphere was crazy, man. Like, you should have been there, bro. Like, the atmosphere was wild. The game was fun. Like just being out there, being in the stadium. We got some last minute seats, so we were at the top. We had to like go up this big looping thing all the way to get to the top, bro. We were at the top, but it was lit, man. We was out there, man. South Carolina showed out. It was more South Carolina people than North Carolina people, and the game was in North Carolina. So
Dude, that's lit.
South Carolina fans that showed out. The game itself, man, just the stadium, just the halftime stuff that they was doing, the bands, like the stuff they would like showing on the jumbotrons. It was lit, man. The atmosphere was fun. Worst part, South Carolina didn't get the win, but everything else was fun, man. I enjoyed my time there. It was a close game for the most part, but then at the end, North Carolina pulled away. The wide receivers from South Carolina decided that they didn't want to catch the ball no more.
Man, put your dead in the heart, man.
Yeah, man. So
put your dead in the heart.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man, especially when you get to a close game, you see it pull away like that, it just drains the energy straight out the stadium, dude. Like you come all the way to somebody else's dome, man, and y'all take over as a fandom. Y'all take over the stadium and then you just turn around and lose. I can feel the pain. I always wanted to go to a college football game. We're still working on going to an NFL game. So I know the energy is just crazy. I know people are outside tailgating and it's a fun experience, man. As a matter of fact, I went to one tailgate. I went to the Marshall tailgate out there in West Virginia, and that was lit. It was really cold out there, but it was lit. So, I like the energy, man. Everybody ready to talk trash about football or whatnot, man. But, yeah, we're definitely going to end up going to a game, man. I'm glad you enjoyed your experience.
Yeah, man. It was fun, man. I mean, but play-wise, Drake May, who was one of the Heisman candidates, he threw 2 picks in that game, which South Carolina would have had a chance, but South Carolina give up 9 sacks. It's hard to win a game and give up 9 sacks,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Running for his life.
No, I definitely agree with that, man. I agree. 9 sacks is crazy in whatever sentence you put it in.
That's
actually unacceptable. Real with you, yo. Yeah, somebody can talk to the offensive line.
Bro, for real, they're gonna have to do something going forward. In order for South Carolina to bounce back, they're gonna have to figure out that old line because that was bad, and they couldn't run the ball at all. So
I'll tell you how to figure it out. You in my office. You in my office. You. I'm telling you how to figure it out.
For real.
You get up in the section again and you watch what happened to you.
For bro, like that's just it's crazy to even say it out loud. Like 9 sacks,
Yeah.
like, what was happening, bro? Like the man was coming off the edge and I'm blocked. I like the guy behind me, the
Come
guy
on.
behind me was like, hey, like yo, he was like you could tell the guy behind me, he definitely played like high school football or something, because like every time a sack came up, he called out the specific offensive lineman. Each time he's like, hey, 29, you suck. Hey, 62. Oh, he was, yeah, I was cracking up. I was like, man, this dude is like, I feel your pain, man. Like, I feel it, man. But,
Like, dude, that's just great. That's absolutely
man, that,
oh
that was pretty wild, but it was definitely a good experience, man. We gotta catch a we got man. It's games to come, so we gonna be catching some more games. Y'all subs, y'all stay tuned because what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to get some of that footage. I got some footage from the game. We're gonna try to get some of that footage for y'all, like on the channel. So stay tuned for that. Especially like whenever we start like doing like other stuff and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
big plans in the works, y'all. Big plans in the works, man. Working on getting some edits in here for y'all too.
right. And but I'm gonna let's head to Colorado versus TCU. So I'm gonna let you take the floor real quick. I gotta get my charger.
Go ahead and get the charger, man. Colorado versus TCU. So, like, where do we even begin with this right here? So, I'm looking at the Colorado game, right? And I'm trying to get a full on understanding of what just happened. Colorado coming from the back end of last year, coming and turning up for a check, reminding me of the Detroit Lions, coming for a dub, 1-0. I'm proud. I'm glad to see that they're actually making moves now. They're most of their way up to get to the Pac-12. I think it's been something that's been worked on for so long. It feels so good to see them actually progress now and see where they're coming at with where they've been. And anytime I see it, because I always come for the underdogs. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I like to see teams that come from the back, work, strive, put that work in to get up to where they need to be. And now they're talking about breaking into the Pac-12, man. And that's well earned and deserved. I want to see where they go further from this as the season progresses. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open and I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for the most part of it until I see exactly what I need to see. Give me until game 3, and then we can actually give an evaluation of how Colorado is going to be proceeding because they did good in this past game. I was surprised. Not gonna lie to you, not to be disrespectful, but I was thoroughly surprised in a good way. I mean, Sanders threw for 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, phenomenal. Love it, gotta love it. You got Wilkinson coming with 12 carries or 13 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown. You know that's okay. But you got your man Edwards in here coming in here with 138 yards, 2 touchdowns with 8 was man. I said, man, don't make me proud today.
They have four receivers go over 100 yards.
4 receivers over 100 yards, man. Like phenomenal. That's good play, man. Give them 3. Right, give them 3.
Man, shout out to Deion, man. Deion turned that program around, man. Like being that TCU was in the national championship last year as well. Like
proved a lot of people wrong too.
And TCU they lost a lot. Don't get me wrong, they lost everything, but that was a good win. And honestly, watching the game, Colorado could have done better. They left some points on the field, but it's good. Like you said, to see them win, to see them actually have like some bravado about them. Like yeah, like we're gonna play. And I'm with you. We need to see at least 2 or 3 more weeks of football because the one thing you don't want is you win one game and you celebrate like it's the national championship.
Right.
You got the rest of the season to play. And
I like it too for the most part of it because everybody had these back and forth expectations with Deion Sanders got there that they had no idea where the team's direction was going to go. So I'm glad to see at least he came in and put his best foot forward with the team, and they came through with a dub off Jump Street. So that quiet people down a little bit. That rose some people volume a little bit. So I'm glad to see it, man. I like to see competition.
Yeah, and I think this game against Nebraska is big because Nebraska is a different kind of team. Like Nebraska is a more physical team. So going from more finesse team to playing a physical team, that shows you like all the aspects that you're going to run into. I think for the most part is they're going to have to run into, if they want to win the Pac-12, they're going to have to run into USC and they're going to have to run into Oregon. And Oregon scored 81 points.
Now Oregon.
81 points last week. Like that's still ridiculous. Like I still don't understand. I didn't get to see the Oregon game, but Bo Nix has been there forever. He's in the Heisman watch again because I don't know how he got so many years of college football. You know what? How old is Bo Nix, man? I just want to know.
Dude, do they not induct like a mercy rule, bro? 80 point, like,
no, dude. They do. All right, so Bo Nix is 23. All right, so he's been in college 5 years, but it seems like he's been in college longer than that.
He's been in college his whole life.
Yeah, I just remember him always being there. He was on Auburn, and I'm like, how is he still in college at this point? But you know, I shout out to Bo Nix, man. Hopefully, Oregon can do their thing, and also I think the game against Oregon and the game against because this is a real good transition. The game against Oregon and the game against USC is going to pretty much gear us to probably who's going to win the Heisman. Because Caleb Williams is the front runner for the Heisman, and Bo Nix is on the list. Shador Sanders is there. So when they play head to head, whoever has the better game or probably jump the other person. So what you think about the Heisman race right now?
The Heisman race. So I mean, like you said, Caleb Williams is definitely leading the charge right now, which is very much expected. I very much expected that. And he's throwing like 88%. Me personally, what I really do like, I do like seeing the fact he has 597 passing yards. That's good. I like QBR. That's one of my tops, and I like completion percentage.
Yeah.
So
70, he's at 74%.
He's at 74%. So I kind of like Sam Hartman. I know you really want to talk about him. I mean, at 82.5, that's phenomenal, man.
That's crazy, bro. 82%
is getting the ball where it needs to be. He's protecting the football. He's making smart reads, smart decisions. 445 yards, 97.1 on the QB. Ah, Lord, man. Somebody got to stop the boy.
Bro, so I'm telling you right now, bro. Look, it's only me. It's the boy on the island. I'm telling people Sam Hartman is somebody to watch. He's going to be a great NFL quarterback, too, because he's real good in the pocket. He takes care of the ball. He hasn't thrown an interception yet this season. And he takes care of the ball, and he throws catchable balls to his receivers.
Right.
That's why he completes so much passes. Like, see, a lot of people underestimate like throwing a catchable ball, like throwing it behind a receiver, throwing it too high. He throws it to where that receiver is gonna get it, and the defender can't get it. I love Sam Hartman and Drake May, who we need to talk about too, who was supposed to be the number 2 quarterback coming into the season. Like I said, I was at the game. I was at the USC UNC game, and Drake May threw 2 picks in that game. Now he didn't look bad. He looked overall good. He still looks like a good player. But he shot himself in the foot in the Heisman race early on because everybody else played crazy. Like Jordan Travis for Florida State, they lit LSU up. And he was going off, man. Like, he's 74% completion percentage, 95% QBR. So it's like this Heisman race is going to be interesting. This is the most interesting one I think we've seen in a long time.
It is. You want to know? You want to know a sleeper that I think that I don't know if people are paying attention to. You know, a sleeper I got. Let's talk about JJ McCarthy over there in Michigan, right?
I like
JJ McCarthy in Michigan, he might not have the most yards like everybody else, man, but this man's he's got 86.7. He's 26 and 30, 3 touchdowns. He's got 1 interception. I think if as the season progresses, I think he's gonna do nothing but get better. So I'm looking forward to see where he gets at, especially by like game 4, game 5. I think that if he locks in like he's doing, and he gets to where he needs to be, he's going to be one of the front runners right now for a Heisman. I think he's going to be a sleeper to look out for.
I think that I think that I think that's a good call. I think JJ McCarthy is a player that slipped on, and I think Michigan as a team has slipped on. I think
Yeah.
Michigan could probably beat Ohio State this year because I haven't heard much out of Ohio State. They obviously got Marvin Harrison Jr., who's a complete animal at wide receiver, but and by far the number one receiver in the country. But as a team, normally you hear a lot about Ohio State when the season's starting. I haven't heard much about them. Like normally, because normally Ohio State always got somebody, right? They normally got a C.J. Stroud or a Justin Fields. Now you don't really hear about like the next best person. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so Michigan is on a mission this year, and I also like they running back Blake Corum. I like him running the ball. So Michigan might actually surprise some people. I do think JJ McCarthy is a good call.
If Michigan beats Ohio State for everybody, I will get on the track and I'll run the 400 at full speed.
Man, and you might pull every muscle back to your leg, man. You too.
Dude, I pull everything. I break my arm for some reason.
Man, so look, so the Heisman race is gonna be interesting, man. We got some good people. I do wanna mention Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. He isn't getting a lot of love, but I want to see Washington play against a top tier contender team first before I start giving them all that love. So now it's that time.
What you want to do? What you want to do?
Alabama.
Let's have it then.
All right. What's your prediction of the game? Texas versus Alabama. Who you got?
Texas.
Okay.
You already know what time it is, man. Boy, I wish I could have gone and get my hat just now. Like Texas versus Alabama is going to be one of the most anticipated games, dude. I'm looking so forward to it. You know, I'm going to be calling you every first down. I'm like, we be on the phone watching the game. It's going to be great, man. What you got to say about it? Who you got?
So I got to roll with Texas, but this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Last year Texas should have beat Alabama. I watched that whole game. It gave me anxiety from beginning to end.
Right. I remember you calling me about that one. Like,
and that game was crazy. And so this is the thing. I think this year, Bama doesn't feel
like Bama.
Yeah, they don't feel like the big dogs no more, right? They feel like they're a team that you always got to watch out for. Of course, they got Nick Saban, so they're well coached, they're disciplined. You gotta match them athlete for athlete, but they just don't seem like they're the y'all can't mess
with dogs, the bulldozers,
right? They don't feel like that, and I feel like this might be the year of the changing of the guard. You see what happened to Clemson. Clemson got beat down by Duke. So like all the top teams. I mean, well, Georgia, we gotta wait to see until Georgia plays somebody. But Bama, I think it's going to be a hard fought game. But I do think Texas got the skill positions to pull it off. But I think it's going to be a close game, no matter how you slice it. Whoever wins, I don't think is winning by no more than 7. So if I had to give a score, I would probably say 30-27.
30-27? That's a good score. I would say this. For Bama, I don't think it's as much as Bama is on a decline. I think it's just everybody starting to catch up to speed, man. Like all of these teams are starting to. That's why you see them reorganizing how the Big 12, the Pac-12, and everything is set up. It's because these teams are coming from behind now that we never saw coming, and everything's starting to come together. So Bama's starting to see threats. Like it's not just like Bama is just falling off, and that's what I'm noticing. Like Bama is still being Bama, but now we're seeing other people on the caliber of Bama that we didn't foresee.
Right.
So I think like this year is going to be interesting for Bama, and I'm gonna tell you this: Bama get on a 2-game lose streak because I'll give them one. I'll give them one. Everybody's fair to have one. Bama lose 2 games in a row. Bama going down. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
If Bama lose 2 games in a row, that'll be crazy.
That'd be the craziest thing ever seen. But Texas won, Alabama's won 1-1 coming into this next game. It's gonna be great. I know everybody out there is looking like, cool, Bama going losing 2 games in a row. That's what they do. They lose to Texas, and they turn around and lose the next game after Texas. Bama in trouble.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Y'all let us know in the comments. Like, we are Texas fans at heart, so it might be a little biasness in the heart, but y'all let us know in the comments if y'all Bama fans. If y'all got Roll Tide, y'all put the Roll Tide in the chat. Y'all let us know, because I know it's Bama fans out there. I know the Roll Tide is strong. You know what I'm saying? So we not even gonna sit here and act like we don't know. We know the heat is coming, but I'm gonna be in the fire.
I want y'all in the comment box below. Come at me. What you want to say? Because if you lose, you gonna be on the next podcast.
I'm gonna be ready, man. So, man,
talking directly to you.
But this is gonna be fun, man. College football is gonna be fun. Like, when Florida State did the LSU, surprised me. So it's teams like you said, it's teams that were bad for a while and they're just springing up out of nowhere, man. And like, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be tuning in today to watch prime time again to see Colorado play Nebraska, see how they look. We'll be tuning in to see Texas, of course. And then, Sunday really starts the NFL season. So, we'll be tuned in. We're gonna do a recap next week of week 1 sport, like week 1 just football, week 1 everything. We're gonna talk about everything, all of our thoughts for everybody. So, man, y'all stay tuned to that. So that's a wrap, man. This has been going for the gusto, man. It's your boy Boom Bam. We got Cool up in here, man. Shout out to the squad, man. Queso Soren, Bartholomew, man. We here, man. We're excited. It's the season, man. We need y'all to liven up. We need y'all to liven up the comments. We need y'all to liven up the Discord, our Spotify, liven it up, man. Because we're gonna be in there communicating with y'all. Stay tuned for the fantasy episodes. We had a draft. We need to do our draft recap because Boom Bam is here to take the dub in fantasy. So
man, get back, bro. Get back. You didn't see my team? Man, squad.
Yeah, I heard about it, man.
Big.
I'm going.